What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And now I just got done talking about the best films of 2018. Now it's time to talk about the absolute stinkers this year, the top 5 worst films of 2018 according to me. Again, I have not watched all the movies this year. A lot of movies that look terrible I just didn't see. I refuse to see a lot of terrible movies because movies to me are a time and money investment. And being a college student, both of those things are pretty limited. So I would rather go see movies that I've really been anticipating and really look forward to actually seeing in the theater. That you're going to see on this list, a lot of these films are from Netflix. But anyway, these are the top 5 worst films of 2018. And here we go. I have one honorable mention. The reason why this is an honorable mention, this film isn't terrible. That's the problem. Most of these films are just films I didn't personally like. And this was one that I didn't really like. If it comes out on Blu-ray, I don't know if it's going to. If it comes out on Blu-ray, I will probably buy it because I already own the first 2. And so I need to complete my collection. And I also really just like the Princess Bride aspect that they put into it. But that is my honorable mention, Once Upon a Deadpool. I was kind of disappointed with this film. Not kind of, I was disappointed. I was really looking forward to what they were going to do with this. I thought, they'd play more on they'd joke more about the PG-13 angle, that Fred Savage would be in a couple more scenes than what he was in the final product. I mean, you only get like 12 minutes of extra stuff, and it's really just a cut for TV movie, and I just didn't like that. I thought maybe we'd get something different where it wouldn't be so snip, 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 snip on every scene, and I just felt like Deadpool works better in an R-rated setting than he does in a PG-13 setting. And now thinking about it again, I'm happy I went and saw it in the theater when because I don't know if it's going to come out on Blu-ray, but to me it just wasn't one of those that I'm going to pop in. If I'm going to watch a Deadpool movie, I'm either going to watch Deadpool or Deadpool 2, maybe Once Upon a Deadpool if I have friends over and they want to have more of a holiday Deadpool movie, and if they want some Fred Savage in their life. But that is why Once Upon a Deadpool is my honorable mention. Now we get into my number 5 is Solo: A Star Wars Story. Again, this movie's not terrible. I didn't think it was an absolute train wreck or dog poop. I own it. I own every Star Wars movie, even Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, which those movies suck. They're like 2 of the worst movies ever made. Solo: A Star Wars Story, I was not really looking forward to this. I didn't want a Solo movie. I wanted them to expand the universe. Stop shrinking the universe. It's so big. You have a whole galaxy to work with, and you just keep shrinking it and shrinking it and shrinking it. And I really loved Rogue One. It's my favorite of the newer Star Wars films that have been made since Lucasfilm was bought by Disney. But I just did not see the purpose for Solo: A Star Wars Story. I watched it in the theater, and I felt the same way. Why did you make this film? Now, the trailers were coming out. I was like, this doesn't look half bad. This actually might be pretty good. But it's really cut and dry, everything that I knew it was going to be. I had really high expectations for it. I don't know why. I didn't at first, but then when I saw the trailers, I was like, okay, my expectations started rising. And then it just, kind of let me down. I have watched it. You can go check out my channel. I have a review of Solo and a revisited review. And I like it the more I watch it, but it's still, I don't like it that much. It's one of those that if I'm not marathoning them, I probably won't watch. It won't be one of the ones that I choose right off of my shelf to watch. So Solo: Star Wars Story is number 5. Number 4, crap movies, worst movies of 2018. Now we get into the stuff that I think is absolute garbage, and there's some of the worst films that I've seen in my life, not just 2018, but some of the worst that I've seen in my life. Number 4, Pacific Rim Uprising. I really enjoyed the first Pacific Rim. I didn't get into Pacific Rim until earlier this year when I found it at my local thrift store for $2 on Blu-ray, so I bought it, and not expecting anything. It is a Guillermo del Toro movie, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't like Charlie Day's character at all, super over the top, and guess what? Pacific Rim Uprising. He's way more over the top. Thank you for that, which makes 0 sense. The whole thing, oh my gosh, the whole Charlie Day having that brain of the, I can't even, I don't even care. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, there are so many things that are just so stupid in this movie. There are so many missed opportunities. I thought John Boyega gave a pretty decent performance, but other than that, I couldn't give a crap about any other character. And Charlie Day, I'm sorry, leave. Leave this franchise. You do not deserve to be on Pacific Rim. You're a funny guy, but you're way over the top, and it's just so annoying to me that you even have a role in the second film, because I thought you were the most annoying part of the first film. That is why Pacific Rim it's a fun film, fun sci-fi film, and me, I'm a huge sci-fi fan. It's my favorite genre, but you're a little over the top, and it really took me out of the movie. I couldn't watch it anymore. Number 3. Now we get into all 3 of these are Netflix movies. Number 3. I'm surprised it's not higher on this list because I absolutely hated this movie. It's atrocious. One of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my life, and that is Game Over Man. I do not like this movie. I know I have friends at school who love this movie. They're like, oh, it's so funny, you know. And I liked Workaholics. I thought Workaholics was a great show. This movie sucks. It's crap. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know how they thought some of this stuff was funny, but it did not make me laugh once. I remember watching it and I was just in pure agony, like, is this movie going to end? When's this movie over? And, you know, it's sad because I saw the trailer for it at the Super Bowl, and I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. The guys from Workaholics are getting together and making a movie that it looks pretty good. It's probably going to be a fun movie. No, it's Die Hard meets Absolute Stupid. That's really what this movie is, and that's what it should have been called. Die Hard Stupid version. It's just a bad movie. I did not like it. I didn't like sitting through it at all. If it's your humor, if you like this movie, great. Please don't get offended by me calling it garbage. That is just my personal view, and movies are subjective. I love The Princess Bride. I think it's a perfect movie. If you don't like it, hey, that's fine. You know, we can chat about it in the comments, and you can relay your thoughts. Yeah, this movie just didn't get it for me. I didn't understand the comedy at all, and I just didn't think it was funny. My top 2. These, I was also, like my top 5 best films of 2018, I was really back and forth on these. One day, if you ask me tomorrow, this might change, but as of today, number 2 is Cloverfield Paradox. This is a movie that I hadn't seen Cloverfield. I haven't even seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, although everyone tells me I need to see both of those movies, which I will very soon. I just got to find them on Blu-ray, pick them up, and watch them. I know Cloverfield is on Netflix, so I'll probably watch Cloverfield very soon. But Cloverfield Paradox, didn't have a lot of expectations for it. And I was right to not have a lot of expectations for it. I see why Paramount kind of gave this to Netflix for distribution, because this is not a good film. It's pretty bad. You know, they try to make some attempts at explaining certain things, and it makes it more confusing. It kind of convolutes the whole Cloverfield origin, I guess, because I know a lot about the Cloverfield movies. I haven't seen them, but I've heard a lot about them. So it clouds everything, and then not only that, but what they were trying to go for, just it was poorly executed, and they would have lost the studio tons of money if they had put this out in theaters. So it was very smart for them to let Netflix distribute this. It's just not a good film at all, and I will never watch it ever again in my entire life, ever. Period. My number 1 of 2018, the worst of the worst, the biggest sin of 2018, is Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle. Just watch my review of this movie, guys. I love Andy Serkis. But this movie's not good. It's really bad. I would rather watch Game Over Man and Cloverfield Paradox again. Not only is it bad, it suffers the biggest sin any movie can have, and that is, it is boring. Halfway through the movie, I was falling asleep. I didn't want to watch it anymore. It was a more violent take on the Jungle Book story and legend, but this movie should have never been made. I don't understand what Andy Serkis was doing, why he was trying to touch this property. Motion capture also doesn't look as good as what we've seen in Rise of the Planet of the Apes and what we've seen in Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. It just kind of looks really fake, and especially Baloo, the bear, he just looks terrible. The kid who plays Mowgli just cannot act to save his life. It's dull. It's a very dull movie and very watered down. At least Cloverfield Paradox was trying to go for something that was kind of entertaining because of how poorly they executed that thing. And at least, you know, Game Over Man was entertaining if you watch it as like a Die Hard spoof movie. But I just could not get into Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle. That is why it is the worst film of 2018. Anyway, guys, this is my list. My list is going to be very different from yours. Take everything with a grain of salt. My opinion means absolutely nothing as to if you should see these movies or not. This is just my opinion. These are just, my thoughts, and I'm trying to save you time as well because movies are an investment. I'm so grateful for you. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in my top 5 most disappointing of 2018. Goodbye.